All right, not much happening as far as the Delhi IPL team is concerned, but a huge amount of action which is taking place in the national capital as the streets now turn a political ground between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Aam Aadmi Party supporters, workers, in fact, staging protests as Mr. Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, has been asked by the CBI to present himself in the alleged liquor scam case. Now, remember the government of Delhi has called an assembly session on Monday to discuss the CBI investigations and the summons to the Chief Minister. Also, the former Deputy Chief Minister, Manish Sisodia, is already languishing in the prison in the same case. Now, what sources are telling NDTV that the questioning of Mr. Kejriwal, the first time that he has been called in this case, is as a witness at this moment, not as an accused. For more clarity on this, because these protests will keep going on, we are told that Arvind Kejriwal will make this a huge show of strength as well. Yesterday, he came out and hit out at the government, central government, the Prime Minister Modi, and also at these agencies, threatening to in fact take them to the court. But what are the specific reasons? What role of Arvind Kejriwal does the agency want clarification on? Let me very quickly bring in my colleague Arvind Gunasekar, who is joining us at this moment on the broadcast. Arvind, protests go on one side, but just break it down for our viewers. Why is Mr. Kejriwal been called in for questioning? He has not been named as an accused, or he has not been named, apart from the Enforcement Directorate, one mention, he's not there in the charge sheet as well.
Yeah, and keeping the politics aside, the Central Bureau of Investigation has summoned Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in connection with this Delhi liquor policy investigation, and Kejriwal was served summons day before yesterday by the Central Bureau of Investigation at around 12 noon on Friday, and he has been summoned by the agency. So our sources in the agency have confirmed to us that Kejriwal has been summoned as a witness and not as an accused. And if you could see the summons that has been sent to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the summons have been sent under section 160 of CRPC, which is usually given to a witness, and not under section 41A of CRPC, which is usually given to an accused. So in this particular case, Kejriwal has been summoned only as a witness, at least till this particular date. So we did ask a source on what basis or what grounds the agency has issued summons to Arvind Kejriwal, for which we are given at least three important grounds or three important issues that the agency needs further clarity or further clarification from Arvind Kejriwal, and that's why the agency has issued summons to him. One, very importantly, former Secretary of then Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, C. Aravind, while giving a statement before a magistrate under section 164 of CRPC, wherein he had said that he was summoned to the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal sometime in the mid of March 2021, and that's where allegedly Manish Sisodia gave a pen drive which had this draft liquor policy, and that's where the agency, because this particular meeting allegedly took place at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and that's where the agency has issued summons to Arvind Kejriwal in order to get more clarity on this particular meeting, because according to C. Aravind, the then Secretary of Manish Sisodia, said that this particular meeting allegedly took place at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, and that's where the agency wants to get to know more about this particular meeting. That's first thing. The second thing, very important thing here, Ankit, is that the post facto approval or the ex post facto approval that was given to the Delhi liquor policy. According to our sources in CBI, this particular liquor policy was placed before the cabinet that was headed by Arvind Kejriwal at least 2 times, and both the times the policy was deferred without being cleared. Only after the governor, the LG, ordered an inquiry into this particular issue, only after that the cabinet, this particular policy was again brought before the cabinet, and cabinet gave a ex post facto approval to this particular policy, and that's why CBI wants to get more information on this. Why was this particular policy deferred clearance twice by the cabinet that was headed by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and why was it given post facto approval only after the LG ordered an inquiry? That's where the agency wants further information. And on the third thing is regarding according to the Delhi government, if the Delhi government claims that this particular policy was much better than the old policy, why was it withdrawn after an inquiry was instituted? And that's where the agency needs further clarity. So as of this moment, Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned only as a witness in order to get more information on all these important issues.
As a witness, not as an accused, the CBI wants some clarifications from Mr. Kejriwal, who is the Chief Minister, the head of the cabinet, of Delhi. And interestingly, the Chief Minister doesn't hold any portfolio, so it's not that his signatures have gone as far as this policy is concerned. So it will be interesting to see the kind of clarification that Mr. Kejriwal puts in front of the Central Bureau of Investigation. What you see on your screens right now is these visuals which are coming in from outside the residence of the Chief Minister of Delhi. This is 6 Flagstaff Road at Civil Lines, where the Chief Minister resides, and in just a short while from now, he will be on his way to the enforcement, to the CBI headquarters. It's 10:10 at this moment. He has to present himself at 11 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. And, being the Chief Minister, of course, he will get a route, so it won't take him much time. We have been told that he is going to come out and he's going to address the media as well. Very quickly, my colleague Tanushree Pandey is, in fact, at this very spot outside the Chief Minister's residence. You're giving us these visuals at this moment. What we'll try and do, we'll go across to her to get a sense of who all are there, because what we've been told is that the Chief Minister of Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party's Bhagwant Mann, is going to be there. There are going to be a lot of MLAs from the national capital, the 10 MPs, the Rajya Sabha MPs of the Aam Aadmi Party, except Mr. Harbhajan Singh Mann, who is in fact busy with the IPL. Most of them are expected to walk with Arvind Kejriwal, or at least be together in some sort of a show of strength as far as the Kejriwal government is concerned. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party's direct line of attack has been on the central government. The Aam Aadmi Party says that this is victimization, this is political vendetta being unleashed against them, because Kejriwal has been speaking against the Prime Minister and has been asking questions. Remember, just a few days back, if I may in fact say just a few weeks back, we saw a change of tactics as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Arvind Kejriwal's direct attack on the Prime Minister, he raked up the degree issue and also the Hindenburg report. So all those things are now being at least used politically to attack the BJP and say that this is terror being unleashed as far as the opposition is concerned. Meanwhile, the Bharatiya Janata Party is very, very clear that investigations are taking place. Let Mr. Kejriwal present his side instead of playing the victim card. Let's listen in to what Arvind Kejriwal said in a video message to the people and to his कार्यकर्तास, which was released early this morning.
इन्होंने आज मुझे सीबीआई बुलाया है. थोड़ी देर में घर से निकलूंगा. पूरी ईमानदारी और सच्चाई से इनके सभी सवालों के जवाब देंगे. जब कुछ गलत किया ही नहीं तो फिर छुपाना क्या. ये लोग बहुत ताकतवर हैं. किसी को भी जेल भेज सकते हैं, किसी को भी, चाहे किसी ने कोई जुर्म किया हो या ना किया हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बहुत पावरफुल लोग हैं. कल से इनके सारे नेता चिल्ला चिल्ला के कह रहे हैं केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करेंगे, केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करेंगे. शायद बीजेपी ने सीबीआई को आदेश भी दे दिया है कि केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करना है. अब बीजेपी ने अगर आदेश दिया है तो सीबीआई की क्या मजाल है. प्रधानमंत्री जी, अगर केजरीवाल भ्रष्ट है तो दुनिया का कोई आदमी ईमानदार नहीं है. केजरीवाल देश के लिए जीता है और देश के लिए मरेगा. आप मुझे 100 बार सीबीआई ईडी बुलाओगे तो मैं 100 बार जाऊंगा.
The BJP Sambit Pata reacted sharply to this video message of Arvind Kejriwal. Listen in.
जहां तक जांच एजेंसियों का सवाल है, सीबीआई, ईडी इत्यादि, ये प्रोफेशनल बॉडीज होते हैं. ये भावनाओं के आधार पर काम नहीं करते हैं, ये तथ्यों के आधार पर काम करते हैं. ये काम करते हैं कि फैक्ट्स क्या है. दे वर्क ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ फैक्ट्स. और जहां तक दिल्ली एक्साइज पॉलिसी का सवाल है, जो शराब नीति अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और उनके कैबिनेट ने, मनीष सिसोदिया ने बनाया दिल्ली में, हमने देखा है कि ये शराब नीति एक भ्रष्ट तंत्र का अड्डा था. और स्वाभाविक रूप से ये प्रश्न उठता है और जांच एजेंसी जानने की कोशिश करती है कि हु इज और हु रादर वाज द किंगपिन ऑफ द दिल्ली एक्साइज लिकर स्कैम.
Let's go across to Tanushree Pandey, my colleague, who is joining us from outside the residence of the Chief Minister, where the press conference is expected just a short while from now. Tanushree, this was expected, isn't it? I mean, the investigation on one side, whether he's been called as a witness or not, Aam Aadmi Party would try and milk it as much as they can politically.
Absolutely, Ankit, and they are not leaving any stone unturned to invoke all emotions of patriotism and project this as a win for the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that BJP is scared in fact of the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is why they are trying to finish them. That is why they are trying to tarnish their image using the investigation agencies. Now I'll ask camera person Prem Singh to pan around and show you that Arvind Kejriwal's residence in the national capital has almost been turned into a fortress. You can see there is huge security deployment of Delhi police as well as paramilitary forces. Also there have been barricades. There are many media personnel here, and Arvind Kejriwal is expected to come here in a short while from now with all his ministers. We have Raghav Chadha here, we have Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, we have Saurabh Bharadwaj, we have Atishi Marlena, and all of them will be accompanying Arvind Kejriwal. He will address the media first, and then he'll go to Rajghat. From there he'll go to CBI headquarters for the questioning. Now yesterday we spoke to many Aam Aadmi Party workers on the ground, and they told us that we have been asked to mobilize and galvanize all the workers and do several protests across the national capital and establish that we are not going to take it lying down. If the BJP thinks that they can use the investigation agencies to attack us, in fact, we are going to tell them that we are not going to take it lying down. In fact, we are going to come out stronger of it. So that's kind of a political line, Ankit, which the Aam Aadmi Party leaders have taken. They are going to, they are not talking about the nuances of the investigation or the details of the alleged liquor scam. All they have been telling us is that the ruling dispensation is so scared of the Aam Aadmi Party because Aam Aadmi Party has now got a national status, and they are scared that Arvind Kejriwal will mark the beginning of the end of the BJP. Those were the precise words, in fact, of Saurabh Bharadwaj when I was speaking to him yesterday. And now here we are outside Kejriwal's residence, all eyes on him. He will come outside in a short while from now, Ankit. He'll address the media, and then he'll go to Rajghat, pay his tributes, and then from there CBI. But what we are learning from our sources is that his questioning is going to go till the afternoon. Since it's the first round of questioning, he has not been named in the FIR or in the charge sheet as an accused as of now. So it's highly unlikely that his questioning will go on till evening, and that he, that there can be a more strict action which the CBI can take at least for today. But the political line which the Aam Aadmi Party has taken is that we are the anti-corruption crusader, and it's BJP which is trying to finish us because they are scared of us. Back to you, Ankit.
Thank you, Tanushree. We'll cut back to you once Arvind Kejriwal starts speaking. So, I'm now also being joined by our guest on the broadcast. We have Mr. Mahendra Singh Sirsha, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Ghanshyam Tiwari, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, is also with us. Javed Ansari, senior journalist, is joining us, and in the studio with me is Aashutoshsrivastava, senior advocate at the Supreme Court. Thank you so much to all my guests for being with us. Sirsha Saab, I want to start with you where Tanushree left. The Aam Aadmi Party is saying that, listen, we are the anti-corruption crusaders, not scared of the Bharatiya Janata Party using the agencies as an arm of the government. We will fight it out. Is that why this whole anti-corruption crusader tag, is that why the agencies are going after Arvind Kejriwal?
No, but then who has given them this tag? This tag is a self-proclaimed tag by Arvind Kejriwal and others. Most of their MLAs and ministers are in jail, not just in Delhi. See, in fact, one of their ministers and two of their MLAs are in jail in Punjab. Most of their MLAs who were arrested here in Delhi in the cases of corruption, Arvind Kejriwal himself has removed them and said, मुझे पता नहीं था, मेरे को इन्होंने गलत जानकारी दी थी, मुझे पता चला, मैंने इनको हटा दिया. Now, as far as this case is concerned, the liquor policy case is concerned, see, who is Dinesh Arora? Dinesh Arora is a close eye of Arvind Kejriwal, whom Arvind Kejriwal used to visit his residence, have parties on his birthday or his children's birthday, and he used to post his pictures with himself. Suddenly, when this inquiry started, they removed all those pictures from social media. Now, he is the one gentleman who, before the magistrate under 164 under the oath, has given a statement and said that it was Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal who drafted this policy, and I collected around 180 crore rupees from various people and delivered in such and such fashion, this amount to this person, this amount to this person, this amount to this person. Okay, he is a private person. Now comes a C. Arvind. Who is C. Arvind? C. Arvind is the secretary of Manish Sisodia. Now what he said, he also before the magistrate gave statement under oath in section 164 saying that this policy was not draft policy of the department, it was a policy given to him by Arvind Kejriwal at his residence. He called me and delivered me a pen drive and said, okay, this is the policy and it has to be implemented. Now I must apprise you another fact which I think you must also raise this.
Yes,
the same policy was implemented in Punjab also, and for that meeting it was my first complaint after this action started.
Okay.
So in my complaint I have clearly mentioned that there was a meeting called at the residence of Manish Sisodia, where Punjab Commissioner Excise, Punjab Taxation Commissioner, Raghav Chadha and few other of them, please just give me 10 seconds.
Sir,
they came to Delhi and had at the residence of Manish Sisodia.
Okay.
Why was Manish Sisodia giving them instruction to implement the policy?
Okay, so these are the allegations that you have made before, and what you have said, sir, there are two slight differences. Dinesh Arora has not named the chief minister, plus it's not 180. बिल्कुल, मैं बात बता रहा हूँ जो आपने कहा. I'm just correcting 2-3 things that you have said in your statement. So
I said he has a picture with Manish Sisodia at the end Arvind Kejriwal. It's Arvind Kejriwal.
Okay, 180 crores. The allegation of the CBI and the ED is 100 crores. You said 180 crores, and the other thing is
100 crores from South Group.
The other thing is, sir, C. Arvind has said that the pen drive was not given by Arvind Kejriwal. He said that this instruction was given by Manish Sisodia at his residence. I'm just stating the fact.
Arvind Kejriwal
as his residence. Exactly. And that's why the CBI wants to today question him and understand from him what these allegations are and what was his role, whether he knew anything about it.
The minister was constituted by Arvind Kejriwal.
Or not. Okay. Let me very quickly, as we are waiting for this press conference of the Delhi Chief Minister, also bring in for a response on this Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Siddharth, the fact is, for the Aam Aadmi Party, which started when you started in 2013, you came out with list of people and you said if there is an allegation, don't wait for investigation, for inquiry, resign, and then there should be an inquiry and you can clear your name and come back. Why should the same yardstick not today be applied on Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party?
Aam Aadmi Party since its very inception has been against anti-corruption, and we have been following certain constitutional norms.
Sir, have been against corruption, anti-corruption के against हो जाएंगे तो सिरसा साहब हंसने लगेंगे अभी.
We have stood against corruption. That's what I said.
जी.
We have stood against corruption. We are an anti-corruption political party.
Right. Hold on, sir.
Ankit, let me complete. If I don't make sense, I think the viewers of
no, sir, I'm not stopping you. I was stopping Mr. Sirsa. Please go ahead.
Okay. As regards today, our Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has very clearly said that if you call me one time to CBI, I am ready to come 100 times. Now the point here is very simple. If the so-called liquor policy, excise policy of Delhi is wrong and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is being summoned as a witness, how come the former LG who has also approved the same policy is not being called by the CBI? Point number 2, if the so-called excise policy of Delhi is bringing a loss to the exchequer, how come the same excise policy is bringing huge revenue to Punjab, because it's the same policy? Point number 3, when Mr. Sirsa says regarding some people and saying that they are known to be close to XYZ Arvind Kejriwal, they have photographs, then isn't it also true that the Prime Minister of India also has photographs with Mr. Adani, and there are serious charges against Adani, and this is not regarding anything to do with Hindenburg. 30,000 crore rupees of Indian LIC holders' money is with Adani, and that has gone down the drain. So isn't it also true that BJP should also subscribe itself to a probe? It's simple, Ankit, everyone today knows BJP displays classic traits of an insecure, incompetent entity. Sermonized duty to others while capturing rights and privileges to itself.
That is a statement that possibly can hold true for a lot of political parties. I just want to ask you, sir. All right, I can see some movement there at the Chief Minister's residence. In fact, it seems that he is going to come out to address the press conference. These are visuals which are coming in at this moment from the Six Flagstaff Road at Civil Lines, where Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, resides. And what we are being told is that, all right, these are the visuals now. You can see the Chief Minister of Delhi along with Chief Minister of Punjab, several MPs, Sanjay Singh. I can see Raghav Chadha as well. There is Saurabh Bharadwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party, the minister in the national capital. Along with him, Kailash Gehlot, another minister, also standing with him. Sandeep Pathak, the MP, with him as well. Let's listen into what the Chief Minister is saying.
भारत एक महान देश है। 75 साल के बाद
यार भैया बैग मत खिलाओ ना कम से कम। भारत की राजधानी में एक सरकार आई, दिल्ली में एक सरकार आई जिसने देश में एक उम्मीद पैदा की। पहली बार 75 साल
गरीबों को इलाज मिलने लगा, सड़कें होने लगी, बिजली 24 घंटे होने लगी, चौतरफा एकदम विकास होने लगा, जो कि पूरे देश में 75 साल में कहीं किसी पार्टी की सरकार में लोगों ने देखा नहीं था। दिल्ली की तरक्की को देख के पूरे देश के अंदर एक उम्मीद जागी कि दिल्ली का विकास हो सकता है तो बाकी भारत का भी विकास हो सकता है। पूरे देश के अंदर एक उम्मीद जागी कि भारत दुनिया का नंबर 1 देश बन सकता है। लेकिन कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो नहीं चाहती कि भारत की तरक्की हो। 75 साल तक इन्हीं ताकतों ने भारत को पिछड़ा रखा। कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो नहीं चाहती कि देश में स्कूल बने, वो नहीं चाहती कि गरीबों के बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा मिले, वो नहीं चाहती कि देश में अस्पताल बने, देश दुनिया का नंबर 1 देश बने। आज उन्हीं सब राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतों से मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि अब भारत रुकेगा नहीं। लोग अब बहुत बेचैन हो चुके हैं। भारत तरक्की करेगा, भारत आगे बढ़ना चाहता है, देश तरक्की करना चाहता है। तुम हम भारत वालों को, भारतवासियों को जितना मर्जी परेशान कर लो, लेकिन भारत रुकने वाला नहीं है। तुम्हारी इन गीदड़ भभकियों से भारत रुकने वाला नहीं है। भारत तो आगे बढ़ेगा। जय हिंद।
Minister of Delhi once again coming out and saying Desh Virodhi Taakte. In fact, remember this was the press conference. Arvind Kejriwal saying that we are not going to be scared. I'm not going to stop as far as this entire our work as the government of Delhi is concerned. Not directly answering questions as far as the liquor policy is concerned, but important political optics and messaging there as far as the Chief Minister of Delhi goes. Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party also with us. Ghanshyam Tiwari, very quickly if I may come to you, sir. The whole argument and the Supreme Court, when the opposition parties went in front of the Supreme Court seeking guidelines as far as the ED and the CBI is concerned related to political cases, the Supreme Court very clearly said how can there be two different guidelines as far as the politicians are concerned. The BJP very clearly has been taking that up and saying, well, if there are allegations, investigation will take place. Why should any politician be given any special treatment? Why is the opposition up in arms, sir?
Good morning, Ankit, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. If this is the yardstick, and BJP, which is generally which double speaks, which speaks in lies, has one yardstick, one rule set for others and one for itself. If allegations are the yardstick, then Dr. Satyapal Malik, the then governor of Jammu Kashmir, has made a clear allegation that Prime Minister is responsible, his government is responsible for the martyrdom of for 40 CRPF soldiers. When CRPF demanded that planes be given, the Home Ministry refused. It is a shame that these people did rallies after Pulwama with the photographs of Ram, Mohan, Pradeep, Mahesh, Nasir, Bablu, Amit, Vijay. These are some of the martyred soldiers. It is a shame that BJP that says that they should not be investigated. They must be investigated, and whether it is Prayagraj, whether it is multiple incidents, BJP is trying to bury this story. Story is the headline that BJP is a fake nationalist that did politics on the martyrdom of our soldiers, but a party that spends 10,000 crores on its campaign gives the planes to its Chutbhaiya netas. They denied planes to CRPF Jawans when they wanted it for the transport, and this is an allegation by 4-time governor, BJP leader Dr. Satyapal Malik.
Okay, but Ghanshyam bhai, you're not making an argument that because there is an allegation against the government by Satyapal Malik, we can talk about it. There should be investigations. But okay, these visuals are outside the Chief Minister's residence. Let me very quickly go across back to Tanushree Pandey. Tanushree, the Chief Minister leaving at this moment for Rajghat.
You can see there in the visuals, Ankit, Arvind Kejriwal leaving for the CBI headquarters. In fact, he's going to go to Rajghat from here, and with him is Bhagwant Mann. He's seated in his one of his cars in the convoy, and he's seated in the front seat with Bhagwant Mann. So if you see, if we talk about Arvind Kejriwal's body language and his demeanor, he's completely, looks like he's absolutely confident, and even if he's not, Ankit, that's the entire point. I was talking to many Aam Aadmi Party leaders, and that's precisely what they were telling us, that even if we are scared somewhere down the line that we are facing a very strong dispensation in this country, we are going to at least give a message to the people in general, also to the opposition, also to the investigation agencies, that we are absolutely confident that we are going to come out of it stronger. We have not done anything. We are the anti-corruption crusaders. We have not done anything. We have nothing to hide. We have not done any kind of corruption even of 1 rupee, and we are going to be confident even if they put us in jail. So that is the kind of messaging at least the Aam Aadmi Party leaders are going to give, starting from the absolute top, from Arvind Kejriwal to even the ground workers. They are saying they are not going into the nuances or the details of the case. All they are saying is that the BJP is scared of us. They are scared of Arvind Kejriwal. They are not scared of any other politician. They know that Arvind Kejriwal is going to defeat them. That is why they are going to put all of us in jail, but doesn't matter, we are going to come out of it stronger. That is the kind of political line Aam Aadmi Party has taken. You can see there in the visuals, the entire convoy has left. They are going to go to Rajghat from here. There Arvind Kejriwal will pay his tributes, and then he'll go to the CBI headquarters for questioning. Ankit, back to you.
Alright, Tanushree, thank you for joining us at this moment. Tanushree Pandey reporting from outside the Chief Minister's residence since morning, giving us all the latest update from there. Javed Ansari, if I may come to you, because investigation and the allegations of corruption on one hand, this is a big political issue as well. And at least in the last 10 years of the Aam Aadmi Party's existence that we have seen, if there is somebody who can play the victim card in politics, if not better but equally good than the Prime Minister, is Arvind Kejriwal. How does this play out for Arvind Kejriwal politically, Javed Ansari?
Look, it's clear, it's evident that the Aam Aadmi Party has decided to fight it out on two fronts. One is the legal battle, which the lawyers and others will take care of, and the other is the battle of perception, the political battle. They will make this out to be a case of a political vendetta. He will don the mantle of martyrhood as the victim, as somebody who's been wronged, because he's raising issues and because the BJP appears to be, he will say that the BJP is very scared of my rise. They want to do away with all opposition, and therefore I am being victimized. That is why this great show of strength, and they've continuously done that. They know that this is a political battle, and he will fight this. The political battle will take precedence over the legal one. The legal one will be taken care of in the courts. And it's a political battle. Arvind Kejriwal has shown in the past that he never goes down. He's never fight shy of a fight, and he will not go down without a fight. So the BJP has a battle on its hands, and somebody was just saying, one of the panelists I was listening to, that if you're guilty then you face the music. Why is it that only those in the opposition, those opposing the government, face the music, and those who join the BJP become squeaky clean?
The washing machine of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Before I get a response from
some dry cleaning unit that the BJP.
Before I get a response on this from Mr. Sirsa, let me very quickly, he's been very patient. Aashutoshsrivastava is with us in the studio. Aashutosh, legally speaking at this moment, what we have learned is that Mr. Kejriwal is being called as a witness as far as this case is concerned. What does this mean? What does the CBI want to know? Remember, he's not been named in any of the FIR as far as this case is concerned, neither by the CBI nor by the Enforcement Directorate. There is only one mention of Mr. Kejriwal as far as the charge sheet filed by the Enforcement Directorate is concerned.
See, first of all, we have to understand that whether it is CBI or ED, they are the authorities, they are the statutory authorities, and they have to act as per the laws. Their powers have been defined under the law. Now, if we talk about CBI, it has the power under section 160 of Criminal Procedure Code, and accordingly it can summon any witness for any investigation in the matter. Now once an FIR is registered, or maybe the court has taken cognizance where the investigation initiates, after doing the investigation, after taking the witnesses' statements and evidences on record, if the authority is of the view that a particular person needs to be summoned as a witness so that this case can be clarified, or the investigation can take place in a proper direction,
right,
or they can get some certain information which is very, very crucial pertaining to a case. So summoning someone is not that a person is accused as of now. It is also that a person is required to help into the investigation and to cooperate in the investigation. If
Okay, can I ask you one quick question?
Yes.
Can somebody who has been called as a witness, what does it take to turn that witness into an accused? Can that happen? Is Arvind Kejriwal in future, if let's say today his questioning takes place, after that what are the grounds on which the CBI can turn him into an accused? So far, as I said, he's not been named in any of the FIRs.
See, any witness, if the witness is called, a statement is recorded, and after that, in due course of investigation, if the CBI or any investigating agency for that matter of fact investigates the matter and feels that there is some additional accused which are to be named in the supplementary charge sheet, they can file a supplementary charge sheet as well.
Okay.
If the investigation continues and they have certain more concrete reasons to believe someone to be an accused.
Okay.
However, maybe not in that case, in this particular case I am talking about, but in a general case, it has happened many a times that a witness has also been turned as accused based on the investigation and the evidence on record and the statements being made by several other witnesses.
That possibly would be a worry as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, whether Arvind Kejriwal is going the same route as Manish Sisodia did. But as I said, he's not signed. He's the Chief Minister who doesn't sign any files, and also the CBI would have to have some concrete evidence or grounds to turn a witness into an accused when it comes to the Chief Minister of Delhi. Sirsa Saab, while we are playing these visuals of Arvind Kejriwal going to Rajghat, which are coming to us live, this entire convoy, in fact, media cameras along with these cameras and on the convoy and the protests which are taking place in the national capital. What is this, as the panelists asked, what is this magical washing machine that the BJP has? If you are a BJP leader, no matter before you joined the BJP, what cases you were facing, once you are under the saffron fold, under the BJP's fold, then all these cases disappear.
Ankit, it will be wrong to suggest this. First of all, as the gentleman has said, why the cases are against opposition? No, the cases are not against the opposition. I must clarify to Javed ji. The cases are against the people who were in power for almost 10 years in government of India and for almost 9 years in government of Delhi.
And most of those the case against Mr. Hemant Soren,
please.
Okay, Javed Saab, I'm coming to you. Let him complete and then I'll come to you.
Javed ji, if you are so aggrieved with something, you must move to the court, and the courts are always there. If somebody feels that somebody who was accused till tomorrow is not accused no more, and he finds that he is guilty, then he should move to the court. The court is open for you and me and for anybody else. But you cannot sit there.
But Sirsa Saab, may I just add a supplementary question to this? May I just add a supplementary, what you are saying, may I just add a supplementary question, then you respond to it. Sir, the argument can't be turned on its head, the jurisprudence can't be turned on its head. We will do whatever we want. If you are aggrieved, go to the courts. That's not how, things work, sir. You can't put things on the court by saying, hum to kuch bhi karenge, agar relief chahiye to go to the court.
Who are hum? Who are hum? See, these are autonomous bodies. You cannot blame this kind of bodies. Those are the autonomous bodies and they worked under the constitution. Simply saying कि हम तो कुछ भी करेंगे. This is not a Punjab police. That वो दिल्ली में आएंगे और बग्गा को उठा ला जाने के लिए आ जाएंगे. This is not a Punjab police. They worked under a constitution. The nomination of a director is by none other than the panel which the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is also there. And I say, for the sake of argument, let's presume that something wrong is going on. Then why it is so that in spite of going to Supreme Court, they have not got any relief? Secondly, the Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party of Delhi went to Supreme Court in the case of liquor case. and they said कि हम तो इसको इन्वेस्टिगेशन ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, इसमें जो स्कैम हुआ हम उसमें सहयोग करना चाहते हैं.
Okay.
तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने नेवर सेड कि कोई स्कैम नहीं हुआ. They said we want to help in this scam.
Okay.
And when the court said you go to the high court and put up their documents straight there, they refused to do so because they were well aware of the fact that the moment they will go to the Supreme Court, the High Court will ask for those 9 phones, and those evidences against Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal, and they won't get any relief.
Okay.
So why don't
Mr.
they move to
Sirsa,
the court
I will just quote an example for you, sir. Like you've been saying that if you are so aggrieved, go to the court. Let's take the example of, I'm coming to you, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Sirsa ji has been given 2 chances. I have been given half a chance.
Sir, you've been given 1 chance. Sirsa ji has been given 2 chances. This is the second round. And if you want to waste your time by arguing with me on how many chances would you get, we'll waste the time of going on air. So let me ask a supplementary question and then I'll come to you to respond. Mr. Sirsa, you said that the agencies, if you are so aggrieved by the agencies, why don't you go to the court? What happens when you go to the court? What happened in the case of Sanjay Raut when the Bombay High Court very clearly came and made some very, very scathing remarks against the Enforcement Directorate? Did the government take any action against the officers? How can you turn this around and say you go and take relief from the court? If the court says something, you don't act on it, sir.
So you think that the court, whatever court says, the government won't act against it and court will keep sleeping.
Have they,
court
sir?
will say कि अच्छा कोई बात नहीं, हमने बोल दिया था,
Have they, sir?
चलो कोई नहीं देख लेंगे.
Have
ऐसा
they,
नहीं है
sir?
ना. No, you can't sit on a TV channel and blame entire government for doing something which is not wrong at all.
Mr. Sirsa, first of all, there is no blame. There are these legitimate questions will be asked, and as a representative of the government, of the party which is ruling this country, you are supposed to answer those questions.
The set of law is worked from a court, and courts have all right to do anything and everything what they feel it's good for the justice. And if they are doing anything,
So when the court says that the
it.
Enforcement
The government
Directorate
is bound
should not
to
have
act on it.
arrested Sanjay Raut, it looks like that it was prima facie motivated. There should not be any action against the
So it looks
officers.
like, the court said it looks like that it's a prima facie, it looks like. But first of all, second thing, when the same time,
You made your argument, sir.
property was sealed in this case.
Siddharth Sharma, but the fact remains, Siddharth Sharma, by calling and saying BJP is a washing machine, the BJP leaders or those who are under investigation, nothing happens against them, that doesn't give the right to the Aam Aadmi Party to come and say, don't investigate us. You are being called as a witness. Why make such a song and dance about it, sir? Go and clarify your position. What is the victimization in that?
I think, Ankit, I think your statement needs a small bit of correction because Arvind Kejriwal today is on record saying that you call me 100 times, I'm going to come. And as far as Mr. Sirsa ji is concerned, the BJP spokesperson right now, he was saying something about if you have a certain grouse, go to court. So this is Mr. Sirsa. This is Mr. Sirsa. And the court has awarded the BJP spokesperson's family with a fraud case. So that is what BJP spokesperson is on television.
So I move to the court?
Gullak Chor hai, sir. Gullak Chor hai. Gullak Chor hai. Gullak Chor hai.
आप गुल्लक चोर हैं. अरे भाई आप गुल्लक चोर हैं.
Let's not get into this name calling. Siddharth Sharma, if you want to have a civil debate, sir, please go ahead. Don't get into this name calling. Don't get into this name calling. They will also call some names to it, and it won't be very pleasant. So let's not.
When Mr. Sirsa ji challenges someone to go to court,
I move
No,
to the
Siddharth Sharma, hold on. I've told him not to use any unparliamentary words or demean or put the discourse on a lower stature of this debate. But Siddharth Sharma, hold on.
I went to the court
Maninder Singh Sirsa, if he has been indicted or said anything against him in the court, he has taken the legal recourse, sir. You are saying Mr. Kejriwal says that he will present himself. Tell me why the Chief Minister of Punjab, the MLAs of the national capital, the cabinet of Delhi, do they have no work on a Sunday that they are here supporting Mr. Kejriwal? He's been called, let him go and present his case.
That's right. And secondly, what we are doing in Punjab.
Sharma ji, Sirsa Saab, that question is for Mr. Sharma. Go ahead.
भाई शर्मा जी, जब आप झूठ बोलोगे तो मैं बोलना पड़ेगा ना.
Hold on. Once again, Sirsa Saab, all right. These visuals of Arvind Kejriwal reaching Rajghat live on your screens right now. Gentlemen, we'll speak one by one. It will be better for our viewers and for our the discourse as well. You see these visuals of Mr. Kejriwal reaching Rajghat. we saw exactly the same, in fact, sequence of events when Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister, was called in by the CBI, though he was called in as an accused for questioning. Mr. Kejriwal has been called in as a witness, but the Chief Minister going to Rajghat, and this is not the first time that we have seen these kind of this visit of the Chief Minister to the Rajghat, to the Samadhi of the Father of the Nation, Mahatma Gandhi. This is, of course, has a lot of political meaning as well, has been used by a lot of political parties, specifically the opposition these days, when, remember, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had also visited recently Rajghat before his disqualification, and all that played out as far as the parliament is concerned. So Mahatma Gandhi, as the symbol of truth as far as the people of India are concerned, and across the globe as well, his final resting place is being used politically, of course, to send across a message as well. So Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, along with his convoy of ministers and MLAs, MPs at this moment at Rajghat. Siddharth Sharma, respond to what I asked you, sir. If the Chief Minister has been called and he is so willing to go and present himself in front of the CBI, then why get all these ministers, MP, MLAs to come with him? Do they have nothing else to do apart from accompanying the Chief Minister in optics?
I think, Ankit, the Indian Constitution gives a right to peaceful assembly, and if your question is right, your question is a very rhetorical question. Why other people other than Mr. Kejriwal are there with Mr. Kejriwal today? The simple answer is, when the Prime Minister of India, the head of state, is invited to Australia or to other countries, how come he accompanies, Mr. Adani accompanies him? So if the question is Mr. Kejriwal being accompanied by Bhagwant Mann, the same question is, how come Mr. Adani accompanies the... So
are you equating a businessman to the Chief Minister of Punjab? My God, you've got yourself in a bind, sir.
Ankit, my rhetorical answer is, Bhagwant Mann is an elected Chief Minister of this nation. Other than that, he is also a citizen of this nation, and right to peaceful assembly is enshrined in the Constitution. And if that is under question, then how come Mr. Adani accompanying a head of state in an official visit to Australia is not under question? Sir, that is what
don't understand what you are equating, but you have all the right to, in fact, come up with any kind of argument that you want to. Ghanshyam Tiwari, earlier you were making an argument that the investigation should take place in the allegations which have been made by Mr. Satpal Malik against the Prime Minister. Well, that is for, of course, the agencies to decide. An investigation in any allegation should take place. But, sir, does that argument in any way stand against the ongoing investigations which are going on? So if this investigation doesn't take place, does it mean that all other investigations should also be stopped against opposition leaders?
Well, a few days ago, the headline from Supreme Court, where the amicus curiae court's friend said that ED's director's extension is illegal. Why is this government again and again going beyond rule, beyond the norms of Supreme Court, and continuing with the same person? Because the government wants a one-sided dictatorship, wherein Mr. Sirsa was saying BJP has given us the infamy that a single party has more than 100 members of parliament with criminal charges right now in the current Lok Sabha. In Uttar Pradesh, more than 100 MLAs with criminal charges come from BJP. Today, if you want to be a criminal who rises in politics, BJP is your party to join, and that is visible. As far as the charges by Satyapal Malik is concerned, can Mr. Sirsa, BJP spokesperson, they won the 2019 election on Pulwama. Can he name a single martyr from Pulwama? For example, Kulwinder, Sukhjinder, does their lives don't matter? So, to my question, he has not even responded. This is the brazenness of BJP, and this is their fake nationalism. When the Prime Minister is questioned, when the Home Minister is questioned,
fake nationalism is the allegation against you, sir. Respond to what Ghanshyam Tiwari is saying, sir.
No, I'm shocked that Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Samajwadi Party, is talking about the nationalism. What a joke! मतलब इससे बड़ा जोक क्या होगा कि ये भी नेशनलिज्म की बात करेंगे, जिन लोगों के राज में कफन तक के करप्शन के चार्जेस लगे, आज वो लोग नेशनलिज्म की बात करेंगे। एंड आप सत्यपाल मलिक की बात कर रहे हैं यार, कैन यू ट्रस्ट दैट पर्सन? The other day he says कि मेरे को अमित शाह जी ने ये बोला है, next day से कि वो वाली statement तो मैं वापस लेता हूं.
There is the government of India can trust him to be the governor 4 times in 4 different states. Should the people not trust what he's saying? Siddharth Sharma, I told you once. I will ask that question, sir. You will respond. You will not speak over your fellow panelists. Let me ask that question to Mr. Sirsa. Mr. Sirsa, if the government trusted him being the governor in 4 different states, why shouldn't the people of a country trust with what he's saying?
Yes, the government of India trusted him and he was trustworthy. But when he was removed, he changed his language. Why it's so? Being an Indian, you tell me, you being an Indian, will you ever deceive your people if you knew that something wrong had happened and you keep your mouth shut? Will I trust you tomorrow? No. Nobody will trust you. How can
should
you
I not
do
turn
this?
it and say that the government removed him because he wanted to come out and speak?
But he has completed his term as a 5-year. Nobody removed him. He started keeping. Nobody removed him. He has completed his term as a governor. And you see his statement. I'm not saying. You just listen to his statement. He said, other day he said, 300 crore was offered to me. When Karan Thapar asked me, he said 300. No, he said, मैंने ये नहीं कहा. मुझे ऐसा कहा गया कि 150 करोड़ रुपए की चर्चा हो रही थी 2 में. Okay, he said what the Amit Shah. He said Amit Shah वाली स्टेटमेंट तो मैं विड्रॉ
सर, तो अरविंद केजरीवाल के घर पे भी चर्चा हो रही थी 6 से 12% करने की. उनको तो बुला लिया आपने विटनेस बना के,
क्योंकि उनका साथ आजकल करप्ट लोगों के साथ है. उनका जो ऑप्टिक्स में आप देखेंगे, अचानक से अरविंद केजरीवाल जी लालू प्रसाद यादव के जा गले मिले तो ऐसे लगा कि करप्शन वाले लोग इकट्ठे हो गए हैं. इनको करप्शन के रास्ते ढूंढने वाले लोग इकट्ठे हो गए हैं.
सर, वो तो येदियुरप्पा जी के ऊपर भी चार्जेस हैं, तो बीजेपी में करप्शन वाले लोग इकट्ठे हो गए.
नो, बट वो तो सेंटेंस हुई है उनको, तो इज अ कन्विक्टेड अक्यूज. और आप इनसे पूछ रहे हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी के यहाँ पे स्पोक्स पर्सन बैठे हैं, आप इनसे पूछ रहे हैं कि लालू प्रसाद यादव कन्विक्टेड हैं या पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा वांटेड है. इनसे पूछ लें, आप इनसे जवाब ले लें.
ठीक है,
इनसे जवाब ले लें.
मैं उनसे जवाब ले लेता हूं, उससे पहले आई वांट टू जस्ट गो अक्रॉस these visuals which are coming in from Rajghat. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has just paid his visit and now is on his way to the CBI headquarters. CBI headquarters, we've been told that more than 1,000 police and paramilitary forces have been put around the CBI headquarters because there is anticipation that the Aam Aadmi Party workers can try and get out the CBI headquarters as well. Ghanshyam bhai, you were raising your hand, but I'll come to you. Before that, let me go across to Javed Ansari once. Javed Ansari, the fact remains that this entire, now the narrative is very, very clear. Corruption against corruption. While the BJP, the Prime Minister says that it's a coterie of corrupt which is coming together to defeat him in 2024, the same allegation is being made by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal against the Prime Minister. Do you think the Prime Minister, who so far in last 9.5 years, corruption charges are not stuck to him, this time the opposition can do something different?
Well, it depends on how they build the narrative. As far as the BJP is concerned, they have the state machinery, they have a captive media, a large captive media in their hands, and the Prime Minister occupies the bully pulpit. So even when he coughs, it makes breaking news. The opposition does not have that kind of wherewithal. And the other thing is, you have to link this corruption to how does the common man relate to this? How does this affect the common man? So a lot will depend on how the opposition goes about building this narrative. As far as the BJP is concerned, they certainly have a distinct advantage. But that being said, what Mr. Satpal Malik has said cannot be wished away. Just by wishing it away, these questions will not go away. After all, he's been a governor of 4 states, the most politically and security-wise sensitive state in the country, and therefore what he has said needs to be probed. If he's telling a lie, he should be called out, and if there is truth, then that must be investigated.
Absolutely. We have to take a very quick break. Sirsa Saab, because the fact remains, when Sukesh Chandrasekhar, our convicted conman, says anything against Arvind Kejriwal, the BJP does 20 press conference. Ghulam Nabi Azad of the Congress party, who is now outside the Congress party, says something that the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to, put loudspeakers to it and accentuate that. But when there is, of course, allegation against the BJP, then it can't just be wished away by saying that he's disgruntled and nobody believes him. It's the same yardstick I'm talking about. That's all the argument that I'm talking about.
You cannot trust a person who says
that Prime Minister. Sorry, but I have to step into a quick break. I request you to stay on with me. A quick break at this moment. Our focus continues on this big story which is playing on the national capital. Remember, there is another huge event that took place yesterday in Prayagraj. We'll talk about the Atiq Ahmed and the Atiq Ahmed brothers killing as well. in a short while. Stay tuned. News and updates continue on NDTV. I'm coming back in just a short while.
When you read, there's a sense inside telling you what's ahead. A sense that keeps you on track. The new City and City EHEV with Honda Sensing. Just like you, it thinks ahead.
जितना आप सोच सको उससे भी फास्ट है, मतलब स्पीड प्लस। और हर 5G स्मार्टफोन के लिए बना है, यानी टेक्नोलॉजी प्लस भी। ये है क्या? एयरटेल 5G प्लस, तो कोई भी 5G क्यों?
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music bars from across India to let your inner artist out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alida Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebration.
Pull up the brakes and I take it on gear. Pull up the hands and I take it on gear. I take it on. I take it on.
First inverters, German engineered for unmatched safety.
अरे अच्छा ही तो हुआ. Now switch to Titan I Plus. Range starting ₹699.
India is home to the largest number of child brides in the world. 1 in every 4 girls between the age of 20 to 24 gets married before turning 18. Some of these girls are only 8 years old. Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation and NDTV present Justice for Every Child, Child Marriage Free India. A pan-India campaign to reduce child marriages and child sexual abuse by strengthening institutions, sensitizing communities and taking immediate legal action. Watch a special campaign only on the NDTV network.
This one's a turbo.
1.5? Nice. The all-new Hyundai Verna. Futuristic. Ferocious.
In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Brought to you by BMR, the mastered specialist since 1933.
दिल जहाँ पे ले चला हम वहीं पे चल दिए, हमने छोड़ दी सनम हर फिकर कल के लिए, हर फिकर कल के लिए। हाजी दिल जहाँ पे थम गया हम वहीं पे थम गए, घर बचा लिया हमने पल भर के लिए, हमने पल भर के लिए। हो जी
Good morning and welcome to this continuous special presentation on NDTV. Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen, full of action in the national capital, and also, of course, what had happened in Prayagraj. What you see on your screens is Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, making his way to the CBI headquarters, where he has been called in for questioning at 11 a.m. So in just a few moments from now, Arvind Kejriwal, along with huge entourage of the Chief Minister of Punjab accompanying him and other MPs and MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party, all there to show their support and to show their protest against the Chief Minister of Delhi being called by the Central Bureau of Investigation in the alleged liquor scam case. That's the top focus at this moment on NDTV. What you see on your screens are the visuals, in fact, of the convoy of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal making its way to the CBI headquarters. Why has he been called? What is expected today, and the political fallout? That's what we'll be discussing as soon as we'll go across to our guest and our reporters as well, bringing us the ground situation. That's the top focus here on NDTV. Let's very quickly listen in to what Chief Minister said when he left his residence of 6 Flagstaff Road. Before that, he in fact spoke to the media and then of course made his way to Rajghat for political optics and then of course his way to the CBI headquarters. Listen in.
दिल्ली की तरक्की को देख के पूरे देश के अंदर एक उम्मीद जागी कि दिल्ली का विकास हो सकता है तो बाकी भारत का भी विकास हो सकता है। पूरे देश के अंदर एक उम्मीद जागी कि भारत दुनिया का नंबर 1 देश बन सकता है। लेकिन कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो नहीं चाहती कि भारत की तरक्की हो। 75 साल तक इन्हीं ताकतों ने भारत को पिछड़ा रखा। कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो नहीं चाहती कि देश में स्कूल बने, वो नहीं चाहती कि गरीबों के बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा मिले, वो नहीं चाहती कि देश में अस्पताल बने, देश दुनिया का नंबर 1 देश बने। आज उन्हीं सब राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतों से मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि अब भारत रुकेगा नहीं।
जहां तक जांच एजेंसियों का सवाल है, सीबीआई, ईडी इत्यादि, ये प्रोफेशनल बॉडीज होते हैं। ये भावनाओं के आधार पर काम नहीं करते हैं, ये तथ्यों के आधार पर काम करते हैं। ये काम करते हैं कि फैक्ट्स क्या है, दे वर्क ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ फैक्ट्स। और जहां तक दिल्ली एक्साइज पॉलिसी का सवाल है, जो शराब नीति अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और उनके कैबिनेट ने, मनीष सिसोदिया ने बनाया दिल्ली में, हमने देखा है कि ये शराब नीति एक भ्रष्ट तंत्र का अड्डा था। और स्वाभाविक रूप से ये प्रश्न उठता है और जांच एजेंसी जानने की कोशिश करती है कि हु इज और हु रादर वाज द किंगपिन of the Delhi excise liquor scam.
Let me very quickly go across without further delay to my colleague Arvind Gunasekar, who is joining us from outside the CBI headquarters. Any moment Arvind Kejriwal is going to reach the CBI headquarters. Just explain to our viewers, A, why is his, why the CBI has called him, A, as a witness, and is there a possibility, what does it take from witness to accused as far as the CBI is concerned or an agency is concerned?
Ankit, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation in connection with this Delhi liquor policy case, and he has been served a notice under Section 160 of CRPC. Section 160 CRPC notice means he has been summoned as a witness. Unlike in the case of Manish Sisodia was served a notice under Section 41A of CRPC, which is usually given to an accused in a particular case, but in this particular case, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned only as a witness, at least till this moment. So, on to your question, what would it take to change a person from witness to accused? That can be done during the course of the investigation. Also, if a person is summoned under Section 160 of CRPC and during the course of the investigation, if the agency gets to know that the particular person is also involved in this particular case, and if the agency wants to take that person into a custodial interrogation, then the new notice can be served under Section 41A CRPC, and then the person can be questioned, and then if there is a need arises, then the person can be arrested. So that can also be done, and there are cases that have also been done where a person was first called under Section 160 CRPC. Subsequently, during the second or third questioning, the person has been arrested has been placed under arrest. Also, even in the case of P. Chidambaram in the same INX media case, if my memory serves right. First time when he was questioned, he was summoned under section 160 of CRPC, and subsequently he was placed under arrest after months in the same case, and he has also been charge sheeted as an accused in the INX media case. So it's a prerogative of the agency to convert a witness into an accused, but in this particular case what we are being told is that at least as of this moment the agency does not have anything to name Arvind Kejriwal as an accused, and that's why he has been served a 160 CRPC notice, and then the agency will be questioning him today. So when we spoke to our sources, what we are being told is that again it will be a long day, not just for Arvind Kejriwal, Ankit, but even for us it will be a long day that will go at least late in the evening is what we are learning from our sources. So what we are also being told is that the agency will also be taking into consideration that Arvind Kejriwal being a chief minister, he should also be focusing on the governance also. So his aides or kind of secretary will also be allowed inside the CBI headquarters but not inside the interrogation room. He will be
कि अरविंद केजरीवाल की बढ़ती हुई लोकप्रियता से प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को डर लगता है। यही कारण है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के अलग अलग नेताओं को जेल में डाला जा रहा है। यही कारण है कि मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को सीबीआई क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए बुलाया जा रहा है, एक ऐसे मैटर में जहां पे कहते हैं हजारों करोड़ का घोटाला हो गया, लेकिन 1 रुपए के भ्रष्टाचार का सबूत अभी भी देश के सामने वो नहीं रख पाए हैं।
मैम, देखा जा रहा है कि बहुत लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल के साथ यहाँ पर भगवान मान की है और भी नेता यहाँ दिखाई।
पूरा देश अरविंद केजरीवाल के साथ है। आज देश भर में आप किसी से बात करिए, हर गली नुक्कड़ पे, पूरे शहर में, पूरे देश में एक ही बात है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल को किस तरीके से, गलत तरीके से परेशान किया जा रहा है।
Atishi, minister in the government of Delhi. In fact, all right, let's just listen in.
माफी वापस आ जाऊंगा।
सर क्या परेशान किया जा रहा है? परेशान करने के लिए बुलाया गया है।
सीबीआई हेडक्वार्टर पहुंचे, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? जो प्रश्न पूछेंगे हम उसका जवाब देंगे। बीजेपी वाले तो कह रहे हैं, बीजेपी वाले को ज्यादा पता है, जो बीजेपी वालों कंट्रोल करते हैं सीबीआई को ना।
केजरीवाल के खिलाफ सीबीआई दफ्तर पूछताछ के लिए once again making that allegation, Arvind Kejriwal, that the BJP is controlling the CBI, and of course the insinuation is that he is being troubled, or there is political vendetta against the Chief Minister of Delhi. This is just before he entered that CBI headquarters. All right, some more leader. The Chief Minister of Punjab is speaking right now. Listen in.
देखिए, आज देश के एक ऐसे क्रांतिकारी नेता जिन्होंने एंटी करप्शन मूवमेंट से पार्टी शुरू की, जिन्होंने पूरे देश की राजनीति की दशा और दिशा बदलने का अहद किया और वाकई बदल कर भी दिखाई। दिल्ली में 2 बार बीजेपी को, एक बार 3 सीट आई, एक बार 8 सीट आई और तीसरी बार एमसीडी में हराया। पंजाब में भारी भरकम बहुमत से आम आदमी पार्टी पर भरोसा जताया लोगों ने, और उसका कारण यही है कि पार्टी ईमानदार है। ये पार्टी पारदर्शिता से अपने काम करती है। चाहे तो दिल्ली में कोई भी 1 रुपए का कर्ज नहीं लिया, दिल्ली में बिजली फ्री कर दी, यहां पर नौकरियां मिलने लगी, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक खुल गए, स्कूल शानदार बन गए और दिल्ली का बजट 3 गुना बढ़ गया पहले से। अगर कोई माफिया बनाया होता, अगर कोई दोस्त मित्र
Okay, so the Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, right now, in fact, has entered the CBI headquarters. You were hearing the Punjab Chief Minister, in fact, speaking at this moment. A lot of Aam Aadmi Party MPs, MLAs and ministers have, in fact, accompanied Arvind Kejriwal. Let's go across to Arvind, my colleague, who is at the CBI headquarters, giving us the latest. Arvind, over to you.
Yeah, Ankit, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has just entered the CBI headquarters to join the investigation in the case of Delhi liquor policy investigation. So he would be taken into the Anti-Corruption Bureau of the New Delhi branch from the reception, and then he would be taken directly into the interrogation room. Is what we are being told is that the investigating officer of this particular case, who is an ASP level officer, rank officer, will be questioning Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And like I have been explaining earlier, Ankit, this time the Central Bureau of Investigation is also taking into cognizance that Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is being questioned, and that's why the agency is also planning to allow one of the secretaries of Arvind Kejriwal to also be remain present in the CBI headquarters, though he will not be allowed anywhere inside the interrogation room, but he will be allowed inside the premises, so that there should not be any kind of disturbance in the functioning of the governance also, and that's why the agency has called him for questioning on a Sunday. So what we are being told is that Kejriwal, the agency wants to get more information on this particular policy, because Arvind Kejriwal, like you mentioned, though he does not hold any portfolio in the governance of Delhi, but he is the chief minister of the state. That means that he would be heading the cabinet, and that's where the agency wants to know that this particular policy that was cleared by the Delhi cabinet as ex posto approval to this particular policy, and that's where the agency wants to know when this particular policy was placed before the cabinet at least twice. Both those occasions the policy was deferred without being cleared by the cabinet, and that's where the agency wants to know why wasn't it cleared in two occasions when it was placed before the cabinet, and why was it deferred, and why was it cleared only after the LG ordered an inquiry into this particular policy. And that's where the agency wants to know, because the cabinet was headed by Kejriwal, and also very importantly, like we have been reporting, one of the secretaries of Manish Sisodia, the then Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Shri Arvind, has given a statement to a magistrate under section 164 of CRPC, wherein he has said that he was summoned to the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal sometime in the mid-March of 2021, and that's where the draft policy was given to him, handed over to him by Manish Sisodia, and a pen drive which subsequently became the final draft of the policy. And that's why, because this particular meeting allegedly took place at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister, and that's where the agency wants to know, and also on several other important aspects like the enhancement of the profit margin from 6 to 12%, because according to our sources, when Manish Sisodia was asked about the same thing, what's the basis or the ground on which this particular profit margin was increased from 6 to 12%, for which Manish Sisodia could not give any satisfying answer, and because this particular policy was cleared by the cabinet, and that's why the agency wants to get more information from Arvind Kejriwal, who headed the cabinet. So that's why the agency has summoned him as a witness at least till this particular moment, and sources say that it will be a long day for Kejriwal in the CBI headquarters today.
Expected to be a long day for Arvind Kejriwal at the CBI headquarters, and as Arvind was telling us earlier, it is going to be a long day for Arvind and all of us here and the newsroom as well. Quite a newsy Sunday this morning. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned at the CBI headquarters. Meanwhile, the big story in Prayagraj as well, and Rahul Gandhi today is also expected to be in Kolar in Karnataka, beginning the political campaign for the Congress party in the state of Karnataka. These visuals, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment outside the CBI headquarters, where you see a pose of policemen, heavy deployment. This is when the Chief Minister's vehicle, in fact, reached the CBI headquarters, where just before moving in, just before going inside, he said BJP controls the CBI, and that is why it is all happening. Now, what you see here is that at the CGO complex area in the heart of the national capital, this is where the CBI headquarters is. Massive security arrangements have been made. Barricading has been done for about 500 meters from the CBI headquarters, so that Arvind Kejriwal and the protesters of the Aam Aadmi Party don't reach there. Let's very quickly cut across to Bhagwant Mann of the Aam Aadmi Party, Punjab Chief Minister.
मीटिंग हुई सीएम की सीबीआई पहुंचने से पहले, क्या आशंका है कि उन्हें, क्योंकि वो कहते रहे कि बीजेपी के लोग करें कि गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाएगा उन्हें?
गिरफ्तारी का कोई डर नहीं है हमें। ये रामलीला ग्राउंड से निकली हुई पार्टी है, ये किसी पार्टी द्वारा निकाले गए या छोड़े गए किसी आदमी की ने पार्टी नहीं बनाई। जेल हमारे लिए, गिरफ्तारी हमारे लिए कोई नई बात नहीं है। जो करना कर लो, हम सच्चे हैं और सच्चे हैं तो जाके वहां सच बताएंगे। सच का दिन नहीं चढ़ेगा, सच का सूरज नहीं चढ़ेगा। जो लोगों के दिल दिमाग से ये डर नहीं जाता, मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूं, रात लंबी होने का मतलब सूर्य मर नहीं जाता। सूर्य चढ़ेगा, सत्य का सूर्य चढ़ेगा इसी धरती पर।
लग रहा है 2024 के मद्देनजर ये महागठबंधन जो हो रहा है और संसद में जिस तरह से घटनाक्रम हमें देखने के लिए मिला,
ये तो आगे की बातें हैं, हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन है, पर
उनको तो हर वक्त ही डर लग रहा था, 24 नहीं, उनको नींद ही नहीं आती, उनको 24 का कोई डर नहीं, उनको तो एक एक दिन निकालना मुश्किल हो जाता है कि आज के दिन मैंने पकड़ा क्यों नहीं कोई, यार ये 2 दिन हो गए मैंने कोई पकड़ के अंदर क्यों नहीं किया विपक्ष वाला। तो ये उनके दिमाग में बैठ गई ना ये धारा, तो ये गलत है।
साउथ ग्रुप का इश्यू भी है, 100 करोड़ रुपए साउथ ग्रुप दिया इसमें, लिकर घोटाला, क्या बोलते?
अरे कौन सा घोटाला, अभी तो हुए ही नहीं घोटाला, ये तो बस वैसी घोटाले का इल्जाम लगा रहे हैं। बिल्कुल सेम पॉलिसी हमने पंजाब में लागू की है, हमारा 41.41% हमारा जो है मालिया बढ़ गया, 2738 करोड़ बढ़ गया हमारा, वही हम लोगों पर लगाएंगे। प्रॉब्लम ये है, पहले इनके पास रहता था, ये अरविंद केजरीवाल ने पारदर्शिता कर दी, अब इनके आदमियों से वो छिन गया, L1 L9 जितने भी वो होते हैं। अब वो कहते जी हमारे से तो MCD भी ले गए, हमारे से तो सब कुछ ले गए छीन के, तो इसीलिए इनको ये लगता है कि शायद ये आम आदमी पार्टी की टीम तोड़ देंगे। आम आदमी पार्टी की टीम बहुत एकमुठ है, हम एक साथ हैं, चट्टान की तरह एक दूसरे के साथ खड़े हैं। और देखो MCD में इलेक्शन हुए, मेयर बनने में कितना टाइम लगा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़ा ना, मतलब जीतने के बाद भी नहीं छोड़ते भाई, अब तो छोड़ दो, तुम हार गए भाई, किसी को कभी विपक्ष में बैठना भी सीखो। अगर यही रहा तो ऐसा विपक्ष में बिठाएगी जनता, देश की 130 करोड़ लोग ये दोबारा याद करेंगे जिंदगी में।
जगह जगह डिटेन किया जा रहा है, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को भी डिटेन किया जा रहा है, कहीं पे प्रोटेस्ट,
वही इनको वही डर है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता जो हैं वो इनके तो किराए पर आते हैं, इनके वाले तो दिहाड़ी पे आते हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता सड़कों पर बस घूमते रहते हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी है तो इनको पता ही नहीं चलता कि आम आदमी पार्टी वाले कौन है, पहले पोस्टर लगाने वालों को पकड़ते रहे। हमारे तो आम लोग हमारे कार्यकर्ता हैं, हम किसी दिहाड़ी पर नहीं लेके आते, ना ही हम पैसे देकर लेके आते हैं। हमारे वाले कार्यकर्ता जुनूनी है, हमारे वाले कार्यकर्ता देश के लिए जुनूनी है, दिल्ली के लिए जुनूनी है कि हमने दिल्ली को भी ऊपर लेके जाना है, पंजाब को भी ऊपर लेके जाना है और देश को भी नंबर 1
आगे क्या कुछ रणनीति होगी, क्या आप लोग यहीं पे बैठे रहेंगे अभी जब तक अरविंद केजरीवाल?
देखिए जो फैसला करेंगे हमारी, क्योंकि हमारे सीनियर खड़े हैं सारे, पंकज जी हैं, संजय जी हैं और राघव जी हैं और हमारे स्पीकर साहब विधानसभा के और गहलोत साहब खड़े हैं, तो सारी पूरी हमारी टीम खड़ी है। जो भी फैसला करेंगे हम यहीं पे हैं, अरविंद जी के साथ चट्टान की तरह खड़े हैं, उनकी आवाज को दबा नहीं सकते ये, और जितना दबाने की कोशिश करेंगे।
So for how long is the Chief Minister of Punjab, the other leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are going to stay outside the CBI headquarters? Bhagwant Mann saying that as long as it takes, and we will decide in a short while from now. So a huge show of strength as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Bhagwant Mann in fact speaking about how the Aam Aadmi Party and the rise of the Aam Aadmi Party has become a problem as far as the BJP is concerned. Anuja Kapoor of the Bharatiya Janata Party with us, Siddharth Sharma of the party, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party continues to be with us. We have R.P. Jairat, senior journalist, political commentator, and we also have Aashutoshsrivastava, advocate, Supreme Court, joining us in the studio here. Anuja Kapoor, I want to start by taking your response on what Mr. Kejriwal said before he went into the CBI headquarters. BJP CBI को control करती है.
Interesting to know. I didn't know that. So I would only say that Arvind Kejriwal ji has kept the party in the house of CBI and has given an open invitation to attend. So if you will take the law in your hands and you think that you will go scot-free, I think this is where he believes that he is above the law. And I would only say that the CBI is doing its work. Now it is also said and heard in his own words of Arvind Kejriwal ji that when National Herald case was being looked up and was Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi was being caught up in that, Arvind Kejriwal ji was very happy and he said that CBI is doing a great job. Now and when Congress, you have seen and I've seen in many debates, Congress is very happy that the CBI is doing a great job in picking up Arvind Kejriwal. So now let's catch. How come CBI is playing double roles for Congress and Aam Aadmi Party and the third is BJP? What I feel as a lawyer too, in front of the court does not see which party is standing in front of you. If you have a document If you have a proper investigation done, and if you believe case the CBI which is presenting in the court of law can stand, that is the time when any court will take a cognizance and will give the orders accordingly to it.
But
until now they have been doing
may I just put a caveat with what you are saying? May I just put a caveat with what you are saying? The CBI may have called Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, but I mean before the BJP rubs his hand in glee, he has been called as a witness, not as an accused, ma'am, so far.
So who said that? It's your saying. Did I say? I'm just
putting out a fact there.
Yes, definitely that's a fact, and that's an investigation. There is a difference between investigation and remand. I think you know that. So this is just an investigation. I think it should not be hyped up by the Aam Aadmi Party. I think that is what he also says to Modi ji.
Okay.
Investigation karwaiye, CBI ke paas jaiye, cheezein honi chahiye. So Modi ji has also been grilled for 12-13 hours by the CBI in Congress Times. So we don't did this kind of drama and this kind of thing.
Ma'am, let me just correct your fact there. It was not the CBI, it was the Supreme Court appointed SIT which grilled Mr. Narendra Modi during this.
Yes, it is.
It was not the CBI.
But Modi ji was the one who was sitting under it and who was the one who was looking and did not create any ruckus.
Okay. Why create political drama? Siddharth Sharma, this keeps coming back. Every BJP spokesperson is saying that you were the one who keeps saying that investigations should take place if there are any allegations of corruption. Arvind Kejriwal has been called as a witness. Go present your side. You have not yet been called as an accused. Why make this political drama? Why should the Chief Minister of Punjab and everybody else be standing outside the CBI headquarters, sir?
Ankit, very pertinent question. The simple answer to this is that if the law is same for everyone, how come Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, one day after Arvind Kejriwal meets Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, BJP puts Mr. Manish Sisodia in jail. One day after Nitish Kumar meets Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi, CBI sends a summons to Arvind Kejriwal. 1 week after Aam Aadmi Party becoming a national party, BJP starts to get so nervous that it is going hammer and tongs against Aam Aadmi Party, and at the same time, parallelly, Mr. Yediyurappa and Mr. Hemant Soren are sitting scot-free, and BJP is fighting an election in Karnataka under Mr. Yediyurappa. The problem is, if you are bankrupt in policy, then every entity that brings in a good policy becomes a threat to you. It is nobody's case. Everyone knows today.
But the investigation, Mr. Sharma, the investigation is for the same. It's a good policy or bad policy. That's not the question. Whether there is any malefice in the policy, that is what is being investigated at this moment. You can't give yourself clean sheet when there is an investigation going on, sir. Okay, I think there is some problem in your audio line, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, we'll try and fix that and come back to you, because that job is for the courts. Whether there is nothing wrong in the policy or not, that is something the courts have to decide. Aarti Jairath, senior journalist, political commentator with us. Aarti ji, like the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson is saying, he is in fact making that insinuation that whenever there is a political development, then the CBI is unleashed on their political opponents. Of course, this is the ruling party would call it a coincidence and nothing more. But how do you see the developments of today? Because if I am not mistaken, is there anybody apart from the Prime Minister who can play this whole victimization better, or if not better, but at least as good as Arvind Kejriwal? Does this help him politically, or the whole tag of the anti-corruption crusader today is under threat?
Well, I mean, Arvind Kejriwal is a master at playing the victim card, as you said. I mean, he's as good as the Prime Minister, if not better actually, and he's done it several times in the past to great effect. And what is interesting about what is happening today is that every time the CBI knocks on the door of an opposition leader, whether it's to summon him as a witness or to summon him for questioning as an accused, it actually brings the opposition closer together. As you saw yesterday, Mallikarjun Kharge rang up, Arvind Kejriwal and said that the Congress would support it.
Yes.
Now, this is the Congress supporting Aam Aadmi Party. They have sworn enemies, have been sworn enemies till now. So, every time the CBI is sent out to question an opposition leader, it just brings the opposition closer together. So politically, we have to see how this plays out, because elections are coming up next year. Whether, these kind of tactics are going to actually bring about opposition unity in a way that we thought was not possible, in a way that the BJP thought was not possible, or whether these opposition leaders are going to find themselves handicapped and crippled by the kind of investigation that is going on by the ED, CBI, IT, and so on. But certainly today the opposition looks much more united than it was a few weeks ago.
The opposition looks more united than it was a few weeks ago. In fact, before I go to Ashutosh, let me see if we have Arvind Gunasekar, my colleague, with us. We'll go across to him. But Ashutosh, just explain to our viewers at this moment, what is the difference in what Mr. Kejriwal has been called in as a witness under Section 160 of the CRPC, the summons which was sent to him, and what happens when you turn into an accused?
As I also previously said, that Section 160 of Criminal Procedure Code, it gives powers to the investigating agency, whether it is CBI or any other agency, to call any witness to have the statement based on the previous investigation, considering the previous witnesses and evidences on record. It is something which is done so that the investigation can be supported when the investigating agency is of the view that the appearance of a particular person can resolve the issue or can lead to a proper direction of the investigation which is already in progress. Now, apart from that, the investigating agency, after considering the statement being made by the witness, will corroborate with the previous evidences or the investigation which would have taken place till then, whether that particular person deserves to be also implicated as an accused or not. But that will depend on several factors based on the investigation.
Does it matter? Does it matter if your name is in the initial FIR or not? I mean, does that have any consequences or bearing as far as the case is concerned?
No. FIR is just the first information. As per Section 154 of CRPC, it is just an information which is received by the investigating agency to set the investigation into motion. Once the motion is taken place in the investigation, then it can implicate maybe many number of people who would be actually involved in the crime.
Okay.
And maybe even the person who was previously accused as the main accused in the FIR, if nothing is found out,
right,
then it can be removed also in the charge sheet, or even after the charge sheet is filed, the investigation can still continue and a supplementary charge sheet can be filed.
Okay.
In many of the cases, many supplementary charge sheets have been filed, and the accused name have been further implicated and have been added as the accused in the charge sheet, in the supplementary charge sheet. So that all depends. It cannot be said at this moment.
And that will be part of the entire, of course, legal process, the trial, when the case in fact goes to the trial stage.
Absolutely. If somebody feels that his name has been implicated wrongly, has all the rights to go to the court under several provisions of law and challenge those kind of
Anuja Kapoor, but the fact remains that this is also, in a way, it has become a political fight. As Aarti Jarat was saying, that the one after another agencies, in fact, calling various political leaders of opposition parties for questioning, is somewhere bringing them together in some sort of an anti-Modi coalition sort against the BJP in 2024, before 2024. Does that prove, or will that, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, can that become a serious challenge in 2024?
If you think that Bharatiya Janata Party is a serious challenge to the opposition party, we'll leave it up to you and to the viewers. I think we will come forward on the work, what we have done on the ground, how Modi is being perceived outside India, the love for Modi, and what the developments and the vision he has, And recently the Secretary of, I think, for United States have also spoken for him in a very positive manner. And we are proud that India has been led by Modi ji.
Okay.
And if I say, you say that CBI is doing a political vendetta, I would only say that as a lawyer, and we also have a lawyer on the panel, the first-hand information report brings up the investigation related to the CBI. It is not related to the BJP, and I think the people are being trying to derailed by Aam Aadmi Party or the opposition party and trying to show, and they forget their own times. If we still, and I think you must have heard many people saying that if you Google it now, you will see many people, many parties have been saying this for their own purposes, whoever has been sitting in the opposition party. And I think
that holds true. That holds true for the BJP as well. When it was in opposition, including the Prime Minister used to in fact call the CBI a pig, cage parrot, and saying that they are used for political vendetta. So it's just the allegation. The people making the allegation changes, but of course the game remains the same. We have this tweet which Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has put out of his visit to the Rajghat. And he said, आज CBI दफ्तर जाने से पहले राजघाट पहुंचकर बापू का आशीर्वाद दिया. I've taken the blessings of the father of the nation. We are on the path of the father of the nation. अन्याय, injustice and जुल्म के खिलाफ हम सत्य के रास्ते पर हैं. अंत में सत्य की जीत होगी. So everybody claiming to be the proponents as far as the battle of truth is concerned. I remember similar tweets were made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi when his disqualification did come into an effect. But as the BJP spokesperson was saying, Prime Minister is loved. Of course, we've seen 2 terms of the Prime Minister, but these people, those who we are talking about, the various chief ministers, the MPs and MLAs, they have also won the affection of the people, and that's the reason of their voters that they are in power. So it is going to be an important, in fact, battle in this entire narrative ahead of 2024. Quick break at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me on this broadcast on the